In a world that's changing quickly, the only strategy that is guaranteed to fail is not taking risks. I believe this quote by Mark Zuckerberg has played in his head on a few occasions. You may know Mark Zuckerberg as the founder of Facebook, but there's much more to Mark's life than just that. Although Mark Zuckerberg is very young, his life is one worth learning about. Today, I want to go past knowing him as just the founder of Facebook and describe his life in three categories. First, I'll inform you on Mark Zuckerberg's childhood. Next, I'll discuss his college years and his creation of a multi-billion-dollar social network. And finally, I'll talk to you about what Mark's life is like today. First, let's talk about Mark's childhood. Mark Zuckerberg was born in White Plains, New York on May 14, 1984. Mark Zuckerberg grew up in Dobbs Ferry, New York, with his parents Edward and Karen Zuckerberg, and three sisters. Mark Zuckerberg was a brilliant child and developed an interest for computers at an early age. According to biography.com, at the age of 12, Mark Zuckerberg created a messaging program called ZuckNet. His father used this program in his dental office so the receptionist could inform him when there was a new patient instead of yelling across the room. Also, Mark and his friends worked together to create computer games for fun. Mark said, "I had a bunch of friends who were artists. They'd come over, draw stuff, and I'd build a game out of it." This just goes to show how smart Mark was as a kid. As Mark grew older, he was enrolled in a preparatory school. While at preparatory school, Mark showed great talent in fencing and became captain of the school's team. While in high school, Mark created a program called Synapse. Synapse is similar to today's Pandora. Several companies expressed interest in Mark's program, but he denied the offers. And now that we've discussed Mark's childhood and his fascination and intelligence of computers at a young age, let's move on to Mark's college years. After graduating preparatory school in 2002, Mark Zuckerberg enrolled in Harvard University. Biography.com also stated that by Mark's sophomore year, he had developed a reputation as the go-to software developer on campus. Mark suffered from insomnia while at college, and when he couldn't sleep, he would create programs such as CourseMatch.com, which helped students decide which courses would be best for their major. Mark also created a program called FaceMatch. FaceMatch was a very popular program, and it allowed students to vote on which two girls they thought were more attractive. This website was deemed inappropriate, and Mark received disciplinary actions from Harvard for it. According to FamousPeople.com, in 2004, Mark created the Facebook.com, although the name was later changed to just Facebook.com. Mark was accused of stealing the idea from other students at Harvard, who planned on creating a website called the Harvard Connection. The lawsuit was filed against Mark, and he had to give three students who accused him of stealing the idea of Facebook shares, had to give them $300 million worth of Facebook shares. FamousPeople.com also stated that Mark would eventually end up dropping out of Harvard to pursue his dream of creating Facebook. Mark then moved to Palo Alto, California to begin work in his new office. Facebook was initially meant for Harvard students, but later was distributed to other colleges such as Yale, Dartmouth, Stanford, and Columbia. Zuckerberg then shot to fame after making Facebook open to the public. Now that we've talked about Mark's college years and the rise of his success, let's talk about what Mark's life is like today. Mark Zuckerberg is living a very influential life today. Mark Zuckerberg is now 32 years old and lives in Palo Alto, California. Mark Zuckerberg married his longtime girlfriend, Priscilla Chan, in 2012, and later welcomed the daughter Max to the family. According to Forbes.com, Mark Zuckerberg's net worth today is around $56.7 billion and is the fourth richest person in the United States. Mark Zuckerberg is very smart with his money, has also decided to use his wealth for good causes. Mark Zuckerberg pledged to give 99% of his Facebook shares to a charity. He and his wife also plan to donate $3 billion into scientific research. I find it very inspiring how Mark is dedicated to helping and improving the lives of future generations to come. Today, we first talked about Mark's childhood, Then we discussed his college years and the creation of a multi-billion-dollar social network. And finally, we finished with talking about Mark's life today. I hope you found Mark's life as interesting as I did. Mark Zuckerberg has not come this far in life without taking some risks. Mark did a great job of following his quote as he took some huge risks. Obviously, it has worked for him, and hopefully it will inspire us to do the same.